Hey everybody, it's Video Game Sully. I'm here down cellar. I'm having a time. I make a lot of videos about reviewing video games, and generally I think my heart's in the right place, but my head usually says some dumb shit, and then I get really upset at leftists when they criticize me mildly for wishing death upon blue-collar workers. Anyway, today we're playing Alpha Centauri. We are playing as the Peacekeepers. And in the last video, we started doing a round of construction and base infrastructure building. We're going to get right back into it. We're also going to get our skunk works done up here, and we're going to start pumping out air units to go take out the believers over here. And while I'm on that, might as well as build some air units. Here's our basic needle jet, with the weapon of missile launcher as the highest weapons we've got. I'm not going to use the best defensive capabilities because these are going to be quick strike and get out type things, not unlike our speeders. And also using lower metal or lower defense will make it easier to pump out faster. And I am looking to do this relatively quickly because I would like to eradicate the believers completely if I could. The only special ability I'm going to give them is that they can attack other air units, because that will be useful as the game goes on and more factions get the ability to build air units. As you saw from the last video with Deirdre, she was really thirsty for that air superiority tech, because everybody is going to be attacking everybody as soon as they get them goddamn airplanes. Now the university is switching over to the Maritime Control Center, probably because somebody built the Empath Guild, which they were previously working on.
Production complete. Terraform complete.
Space is really good for building mines that are going to pump out huge amounts of minerals per turn. We already got 2 crawlers working on these tiles, which accounts for the fact that we have eco damage of 9, or contributes toward that rating. We got to get somebody on this tile here. I probably don't need it for this base, but another base can take advantage of that good tile. Anyway.
Turn complete.
Okay, just as a heads up, we are now getting 48 credits per turn, which is good, and we're getting a scientific breakthrough every 5 turns, which I think is really good for this point in the game, probably owing mostly to the just vast size of the Empire at this point. And also because of all the civics.
I have often been asked, if we have traveled between the stars, why can we not launch the simplest of orbital probes? These fools fail to understand the difficulty of finding the appropriate materials on this planet, of developing adequate power supplies, and creating the infrastructure necessary to support such an effort. In short, we have struggled under the limitations of a colonial society on a virgin planet, until now. Colonel Corazon Santiago, Planet, a survivalist guide.
Now what I really like here is that whenever something is written from a author's standpoint that says, I have often been asked blank question that would be a very obvious question for anybody to play the game. And then I appreciate that they follow up with, these fools fail to understand. Calling us all dipshits for asking the very reasonable question, hey, if you flew all the way across the galaxy, what's taking so goddamn long to re-enter space? But anyway, they answer it just a little snidely. We now have the ability to build, with orbital spaceflight here that we've just researched, we can now build satellites that can alter our tiles a little bit. I'm not going to invest too heavily into this because I don't think we really need to. We can just put that production elsewhere, although I guarantee people who know how to min-max the hell out of this game would be probably screaming at me right now. Luckily, no one's watching this. Flavor text says, the early colonists certainly bring the technical understanding of spaceflight with them, but they lack the materials and infrastructure necessary to construct spacecraft. Eventually, implementation of doctrine air power furnishes the infrastructure, while advanced pre-sentient algorithms provide the tools for mankind's return to orbital spaceflight. Going to build a sea former mostly to go unlock this mineral tile bonus here for Fecundity Tower, and then generally just to kind of keep working along all these water tiles. And then also we're going to want to start getting into some exploration westward. Even though we generally have a pretty good idea what's beyond us, we don't have the clearest picture. So let's go get it.
Improvement already exists. Turn complete.
So really quick, we can see here for a tile comparison, this is a jungle square. It gives us 3 nutrients and 1 mineral, which is great, except for if all you have is 3 and 1, then you don't have the balance of getting more minerals from the 2 squares. We're going to be getting plenty of nutrients from these water squares, so we really don't need it from the jungle. Not a bad early feature to be building on if you're young, but we're in the mid-game now. We don't need all this growth for nothing. Nothing to supplement it. Now we got ourselves a little mind worm action over here. Let's see if our Gatling speeder is up to the task. Oh, odds are 3-2. Not good.
Turn complete.
I am now terrified of using either one of these obelisks for fear that they're going to disappear if I overuse them, and Lord knows I abused the shit out of this one, so not that that really pertains to these two, but generally speaking, I probably won't be using them to my own detriment because I'm scared of losing them.
Turn complete. Production complete. Turn complete.
The popular stereotype of the researcher is that of a skeptic and a pessimist. Nothing could be further from the truth. Scientists must be optimists at heart, in order to block out the incessant chorus of those who say it cannot be done. Academician Procor Zaharov, University Commencement.
Okay, so we built a skunk works. We can now start pumping out our air units here, missile tactical, and start attacking Sanctity Base. We'll probably want to get a transport over there so that we can actually physically take the base once everything there has been cleared out. But first things first, let's get those air units.
Production complete.
Ooh, we now can build the ascetic virtues. Let's check real quick on what it does. It increases the population limit of your bases by 2 and increases your society's tolerance for use of police and military units. Basically allows us to go past the hard caps, the population caps that are placed on your bases until you build a hab complex or other similar buildings. Thing is that Lyle already has a inherent faction ability to go past that, but I guess it wouldn't hurt to further it. Also, this would be a good keep away tactic to build this before everybody else could, and more tolerance for police and military units is good in a fictional video.
Project initiated.
In the darkness, something goes pop, and you are lying on your back on a hillside among the soft orange and purple tendrils of a vast fungal forest. The sound of running water gurgles loudly in the vicinity of your right ear, but you cannot identify the source. Panic rises briefly in your throat as you realize you have no filter mask or oxygen tank, dressed only in your work suit, but breath comes easily, and you detect no signs of nitrogen narcosis. From somewhere, a voice seems to whisper, "Earthlall." But perhaps it is only the breeze. Time passes, and you notice that the fungus is growing perceptibly, the spores gently nudging you as they slowly stretch and twist. Fungal bloom. Panic returns full force, and you struggle to free yourself from the encroaching tendrils. "Earthlall." The voice again, more insistent. The last tendrils break, and you are free and dashing across an endless field of purple and orange. "Earthlall, beware." From close behind you, and then discontinuity. In the darkness, something goes pop, and you are lying on your back in the gene therapy tank, the gauzy restraints slowly retracting. The remaining fluid in the tank gurgles away through the tube behind your head, and you slowly sit up. 4 weeks of your life, once every 10 years, you spend in this state. A small price to pay for immortality, or something close to it. A half-remembered dream tugs at you as you pull on a clean worksuit, but you cannot recapture it. And of course, inconspicuously, fungus grows near UN Equality Village and destroys a forest.
Production complete. Production complete. Terraform complete. Turn complete. Turn complete. Turn complete. Improvement destroyed.
The believers have artillery and they are destroying our improvements. I didn't see where. It doesn't matter. We're going to destroy them completely. Your time is short, Miriam. Use it to pray.
Terraform complete. Pod recovered.
Unity Pod gives us 100 energy credits. I'll take it.
Turn complete.
Severe haze and clouds at UN Information Agency. -1 energy in every square for the next 10 years. UN Information Agency cannot catch a GD break. Come on. The worms. Fungus is also growing near UN Information Agency. Solar collector destroyed. Another interlude from the Book of Planet. Year 2266. Ever since the incident in the gene therapy tank, you have experienced recurring dreams and nightmares centered around the fungal blooms which encroach ever more rapidly on the outskirts of major human settlements. You even postponed your most recent longevity treatment in an effort to avoid the trance state, but the dreams have now crept into your normal REM sleep as well. In your most recent dream, just before the major bloom near UN Information Agency, the presence you have come to call the Voice returned once again. Earthlal. From some invisible spot just behind you. Hello, Voice. Who are you? Who? Difficult concept for we, Earthlal. Mind and flower. Many dreamings. Never before another. You may call we Voice. Growth dream comes. Beware. Beware? What do you want, Voice? Want. More confused Lal thinking. Ache of slumber broken. Earth Lal is animal we. Stranger we. Animal. Energy, minds, roads, sensors, condensers, boreholes. Breaker of flower dream. End of joy. Growth dream now comes. End of animal. Stop it, Voice. Why are you telling me this? Why? Dream word. Dream song. Why? Silence! Get out of my mind! Discontinuity.
Production complete. Production complete. Production complete.
Cutting it close. The sea base is basically useless apart from the fact that I can maybe use it as a way to be a launching attack, a launching point. After I take out Sanctity Base, I can then use Sanctity Base and then He Walked on Water, this other base, to attack the other two main ones, and then hopefully again get rid of the believers.
Turn complete. Turn complete.
Okay, the Gaians built the Empath Guild. It's a good secret project to get, especially if you're me. It would have been good for me to use it as a keep away, but I don't really need it to get by in the game, so whatever, it's fine. The Gaians got it.
Enemy project initiated. Production complete. Production complete. Production complete.
More fungus a-growing. And another interlude from the Book of Planet, year 2267. Pop! This time, you weren't even asleep. Earthlaw. Damn it, voice, I am holding counsel. Stay out of my head. It is no longer possible to deny it. This cannot be a hoax. Either you have lost your final marble, or you have come into contact with some avatar of the native fungus, an alien sentience whose neural matrix may span the entire planet. More skilled we, yes, at this? Teach we much, Earthlaw. Counsel never mind. Talking we, Law voice now. Orders giving. Ha ha ha. Joke we. Ha ha. Great. A sentient planet with the maturity of a crush infant. Make it quick, voice, whatever it is you want. You're trying my patience. Question we. Your human nodes together think yes? Together think no? Flower synapse, worm synapse detect we not. Is there dependence? Each human is an independent creature. We can communicate by talking and writing, but we do not together think, as you call it. Is there dependence? Ah, most relieved we. Each human is an necessary independent creature. Pruning we can communicate several by large infestation human nodes, together think, harming as you flower mind. Not wishing we deprive Earthlaw of together thinking. Necessary pruning we. Sorry about large infestation human. Wait, voice, you can't just harming the flower mind. Not wishing we deprive Earthlaw of together thinking. You quickly wipe the drool from your chin. Sorry bother we. Wait, voice, you can't just. I enjoy the awkward amateur sci-fi writing that's going into it. You can't even really tell it's amateur. I mean, I think the people who put this together did a great job.
Production complete. Resource shortfall. Terraform complete. Turn complete.
Jesus Christ. Okay, the Guardians build the Xeno Empathy Dome. Good for
Enemy
them.
project initiated.
They're starting the Maritime Control Center. The Morganites are close to the ascetic virtues breakthroughs. We gotta check our base to make sure we can get first. Morgan convenes the Planetary Council. He wants a global trade pact. This would result in commerce rates being doubled. Sahara wants it, Deirdre wants it, Morgan wants it, and only my defeated dipshits here don't want it. Santiago abstains. I'm gonna go ahead and say yay. Be the popular planetary governor that I am.
Production complete.
Also, I benefit from it. There's our little congratulations for building our first air unit. Fun stuff. And we're gonna keep building it. Actually, it might not hurt to get some more mineral producing buildings in play. Oh, no, never mind. It takes 7 turns to make a plane, 14 turns to get the tree farm going. Screw it. Keep going with making the planes. Making a plane break. Oh, here we go. We just researched fusion reactors, which make all of our units move a little bit further per turn. So we're going to just go ahead and upgrade all of our units with that new reactor. Ooh, we will not be upgrading these guys at 550 energy credits because we only have 563, and we are trying to beat the Morganites to that secret project. So no, we can't do that. No more of this stuff. At no cost? Yes, we will do that. Not if it costs anything. Definitely at no cost. Not if it costs something. So on and so forth.
Our ancestors harnessed the power of a sun, and so again shall we. Commissioner Prevanlaw, the science of our fathers.
And as evidenced by that round of upgrades to all of our stuff, we have researched fusion power. We can now create fusion labs at the bases. That's another science-based building, as one might expect. And we got the fusion reactor for all of our units. Flavor text says, an extremely clean, powerful, and efficient source of energy, fusion power was known on Earth for decades as the reaction that powered the stars. However, scientists could not control the huge magnitude of released energy, so the only practical application for fusion power was in bombs of enormous destructive power. With the advent of superconductors, and by using presentient algorithms to monitor and control the energy, future scientists finally have access to cheap, abundant, and reusable power.
Resource shortfall.
Yeah, this whole situation.
Perhaps a careful review of your options is in order.
Shit! Alright, time to put these planes in action. Should have done this beforehand.
Terraform complete. Turn complete.
Okay, the Morganites did build the ascetic virtues, which means I will have to change. In this game, you don't automatically lose all of the production you put toward a secret project or a wonder, as in old Civ games as they were called. In this game, you get to just pivot to a new secret project. I don't know if there's any that are going to be super attractive, but we'll find out here in a second.
Production complete.
Okay, because the Morganites have completed ascetic virtues, we have to pivot to something else. We probably could have finished it, but I forgot. Maritime Control Center. Oh, I just don't give a shit. Whatever, who cares? You know, we build a hybrid forest, which increases the nutrient energy and or the nutrient and energy of each forest square. So it further improves the tree farm. Not a bad thing, but also, like, we're already growing at a pretty good rate. I don't know, whatever. This sucks.
Drone riots.
Alright, just a huge, massive boil over here. That's always a good thing to see. Very happy about that.
Production complete.
You can see here we now have another option for a talent worker, engineers, who give out 3 economy plus 2 labs. So it's a nice little slight downgrade from librarians in terms of how many labs they put out, but the plus 3 econ is hard to argue with, so we're going to go ahead and change both those guys to the engineers. The only time you ever want to add engineers to the party.
Terraform complete. Turn complete.
And Believer's making a bunch of shitty bases up here, who cares? Whatever. You will all fall before my might. Assuming this giant ball of worms doesn't kill me first. I mean, I'm not entirely certain about that. TBQMFH. Hercules, Alpha Centauri B or Beta, is approaching perihelion. For the next 20 years, we expect native life activity to increase dramatically. Hell, yes, let's do it! Let's go, baby, let's go! Santiago wants to talk. She wants orbital space flight. She has nothing to give me in return. I'm going to say, perhaps you should ask the UN to invoke sanctions. Brother Lal, I must confess, I'm a bit strapped for cash, and I am seething. If you can spare me 365 credits, I can make generous payments of 7 credits per year for 100 years. Wow, what a deal. I am not your personal moneylender. I find your unwillingness to cooperate disturbing, Brother Lyle. What evils are you cooking up under the guise of research and knowledge, Brother Lyle? You may be fooling the others, but I know you are up to no good. She really doesn't like people who have the knowledge, civic, so she doesn't like people learning stuff, and she also doesn't really like, I think she's opposed to democracy. She wants you to do like a more power-based civic, so whatever. She's gonna hate my guts as time goes on, if she doesn't already.
Drone riots have ended.
Unceremonious end for my first air unit, although it did weaken this thing considerably. This is a highly upgraded Mindworms unit. It has very high morale or experience upgrades.
Terraform complete. Turn complete. Turn complete. Request confirmation. Turn complete. Enemy project initiated. Production complete. Maximum population reached.
Okay, max pop has been reached here, which means we have to build a hab complex for us to grow any further. I think we can still grow further, but people will be pissed off if we blow past the maximums that were allowed for our pre-hab complex maximum. You can see here in the commerce, we're getting +4 per turn from the Gaians, +5 from the Hive, and +4 from the Morganites. That's partly because we're planetary governor, and partly because of that resolution put forward that we all voted on about increasing the commerce from treaties. So that's good. We're sitting pretty. Anyway, this seems like probably a good place to leave off after this turn, so let's just kind of short things up and go from there.
Production complete. Terraform complete. Indigenous life forms. Indigenous life forms. Indigenous life forms.
Come on, man.
Turn complete.
Okay, as promised, let's stop off here. We have some mine worms to deal with next turn. Probably take out that supply crawler, but that's fine. Whatever. They get to do what they want to do. And you should do what you want to do. But I'm telling you, what you should want to do is to not come back. So please don't come back.